What's up, guys? This is Aries from Derpy Spectre, and right now I'm going to be showing you a Ghostrick deck profile. Yes, this is OCG because the main card that you need is going to be Ghostrick Dork Lord. It's an OCG deck, but it works. It's very consistent, and you can shut down your opponent very easily. Now, I'm going to be going in depth, so I will explain every card, and well, let's get to it. Now we have triple Ghostrick Zhangxi. He's your Rhoda of the deck. Now his effect reads, oh, and this is for all Ghostricks. Cannot be normal summoned unless you control a Ghostrick monster. Once per turn, you can change this card to face down defense position. When this card is flipped face up, you can add one Ghostrick monster from your deck to your hand whose level is less than or equal to the number of Ghostrick monsters you control. You can only use this effect once per turn. Now you see this very good because Ghostrick Zhangxi can add basically your entire deck. Well, basically almost all your Ghostrick monsters, and it really gets you close to a lock. Now Ghostrick Nekamusume. Same can't be normal summoned unless you control a Ghostrick monster, so you really have to set these. But her effect is when a level 4 or higher monster is normal summoned or special summoned, change that monster on face down defense position. So if you have her and another Ghostrick monster on the field, your opponent normal special summons a monster that's level 4 or higher, it just goes straight down to defense, and that is another thing leading to your like. We have double Ghostrick Mary. Well, when you take any damage, which you most likely will, you get to send it from the hand to the graveyard and special summon any Ghostrick monster from your deck and face down defense position. You're most likely going to go for Zhangxi or Skeleton, but whatever you really need for the purpose. Double Ghostrick Lantern. It's like a battle fader if your opponent declares an erect attack, or if they attack a Ghostrick monster, you negate the attack and special summon this and face down defense position. This is really good because your field spell will make them attack you directly. Ghostrick Jack Frost. It's different, but when your opponent attacks you directly, that monster gets changed to face down defense position, and you special summon this card in face down defense position. It's really good. Triple Ghostrick Spectre. It's better. It's probably one of the best cards in your deck. When one of your Ghostrick monsters gets destroyed by battle card effect. Well, as long as it battle card effect and gets sent to the graveyard, you special summon this and face down defense position and draw a card. Now Skeleton. This is another thing. Ghostrick monsters are very good at grind games, and for grind games, he is very good. Basically, when he's flipped up, you get to remove a number of cards from your opponent's deck face down, as many Ghostrick monsters as you control. So it's really easy to get to 5 Ghostrick monsters on the field, especially 4, and you can just constantly eat away their deck, and they don't know what cards they're removing. Double Tour Guide from the Underworld along with Scarm. Tour Guide special summon Scarm. You overlay with Scarm, detach it for a la card or any other rank 3s, and then Scarm adds you another Tour Guide to use again. Now for spells. Ghostrick Mansion, it's the field spell. That's the only field spell you need to play. You don't need to play Museum or Parade, both of them are bad. And this is the effect. Monsters cannot attack face down defense position monsters, but can attack directly if all monsters their opponent controls are face down defense position. You're most likely going to have all your monsters face down defense position, so they're going to attack you directly. But this is good because that avoids attacking your monsters. And, oh yes, and also this is a really good effect. All effect damage and battle damage inflicted by monsters other than Ghostrick monsters is halved. So your opponent inflicts half damage, but you can do full damage. Great. Swords of Concealing Light. This is another thing to help you with your lock. When this card resolves, all monsters your opponent controlled when this card was activated are changed to face down defense position. Monsters your opponent controls cannot change their battle positions. Destroy this card during your second standby phase after activation. So you flip out your opponent's monsters face down. Then I'll explain the combo after. Double Duality. You're not going to be special summoning a lot on your first turn or when you're trying to set up for a lock. So that's good. Double MST. Back row is good to hate on. Raigeki, big monsters, you can't always get over if you don't have any of your lock cards. Now for the traps, all these traps are pretty busted. Ghostrick Scare. This helps for the lock. It has like a Book of Moon effect. Target any number of face down defense position monsters your opponent controls. Change them to face up defense position. Oh well, you control. So you target your Ghostricks. And count the number of Ghostrick monsters among them. If you do, change them to face down defense position. So you can flip up 3 Ghostrick monsters and flip and and you could turn up to 3 of your opponent's monsters face down. This is really good at starts for lock. Now, before I go into this card, I'm going to use this one. Ghostrick Vanish. Reveal 1 Ghostrick monster in your hand this turn. Ghostrick monsters you control and face down defense position cards cannot be targeted by or destroyed by card effects. Yes, this will protect all your monsters and it's very good. Now, for the card that ensures your lock, Ghostrick Knight. While the Ghostrick monster is face up on the field, while the Ghostrick monster is on the field, so if one of your set monsters is a confirmed Ghostrick, then your opponent cannot flip summon. When this card is in your possession, it's destroyed by your opponent's card is sent to the graveyard. Your opponent cannot declare attacks for the rest of the turn. You don't really care about this card, this effect, but the original one, which says that your opponent cannot flip summon while you have a Ghostrick, is good. Because basically what you're going to be doing, you're going to be flipping all your opponent's monsters face down, and then they can't flip them back up, and their whole field is going to get clogged. The whole field gets clogged, and then you just attack. And it's really easy to grind with. Double D Prison, the meta is still a thing. Excuse me. This grinds well against the meta, but you still need Dimensional Prison to get rid of the big boss monsters. Vanities, especially during your opponent's turn, you're not going to have to special summon for a while, unless you really need to. So this is a really good shutdown card. Warning, Bottomless, and Compulse, again, just they're self-explanatory. Now for the extra deck, this is the main card of the deck. Ghostrick Dork Lord. This is the card that will ensure your lock. It's 2 level 4 monsters, but you do not need to worry about that. How you usually summon it is you can also Exceed summon this card by using a Ghostrick Exceeds monster you control as the material. So basically, you can overlay this from your extra deck over any one of your 7 Ghostrick targets. Yeah, you have 7 Ghostrick other monsters in your extra deck, which is also good. And now this is also a really good effect. Now it's not guaranteed you're going to be using this effect, but you can. Now this is a win condition. It's a very good card. You can detach 1 Exceeds material from this card. Add 1 Ghostrick Spell or Trap card from your deck to your hand. Now that is the main effect you use, but these other 2. Once per turn, you can attach 1 Ghostrick card from your deck to your hand. You can attach 1 Ghostrick card from your hand to this card as Exceeds material. The reason why it has this effect is because the win condition. If this card has 10 Exceeds materials, you win the duel. So you can constantly attach Ghostrick monsters from your hand to her, and well, you can win the duel. But what's good about it is as you can detach an Exceeds material and add a Ghostrick Spell or Trap card from your deck to your hand. So first of all, when you detach, if you're overlaying over any of these guys, which would include Alucard, Succubus, Succubus, or Dullahan, you get their effects. Because when they're sent to the graveyard, you got a Ghostrick monster from your deck to your hand. So it's basically a +2. You got a Spell or Trap from your deck to your hand, and well, you had a Ghostrick monster from your graveyard to your hand. I apologize for that. Now, your targets are Mansion, which you will need, also Scare, and Knight, which is the main one you should be recruiting for, and Vanish. Alright, now I'll get to Alucard. Alucard is the easiest, well, not really the easiest one to make, but it's good, because this is what's going to destroy all your opponent's big boss monsters that you flip face down. And here's his effect. His stats are 1800 and 1600. Your opponent cannot target other Ghostrick monsters or any other face down defense position monsters for attacks. You can detach one Exceeds material from this card, then target one set card your opponent controls and destroy it. Now, this is good. You flip your opponent's monsters face down with either Concealing Light or Ghostrick Scare or with Neku Musume and use Ghostrick Alucard to blow them up. Excuse me. That's the main effect. You don't really have to care about them attacking your face down defense position monsters or targeting them. But it's a good effect as well. Now, Succubus, you're not really going to make this at all. Actually, you do not. Oh yes, you don't even. You can't even play this card right now. You don't have You would need 2, but we only have 1 level 2 in the deck. But I threw it in there with like a space, but you don't need it. Instead, you could add in any other. You can add, let's just say, another Downward Magician, which is probably better. Yeah, just forget that was in the deck. Alright, Ghostrick Dullahan. 2 level 1s, it gains. It's also a beater in a certain sense, because when you have a lot of field presence with the Ghostricks, it becomes a beater. This card gains 200 attack for each Ghostrick card you control, including himself. And then once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 1 Exceeds material from this card, and target 1 face-up monster on the field, half its attack until the end of this turn. And that's really good. It just, because what you really can do is, you can detach and half an opponent's monster's attack, then you can overlay for Dork Lord. You usually want to make her in defense, but you can also use her as a beater as well. Double Downward Magician. You can overlay it over Dullahan, Alucard, or any other rank 3s. But it's only in your main phase 2, and it's quite a beater. It's really good. Nightmare Shark. It's another rank 3, but you detach an Xyz material from this card. You target a water monster, which is going to be himself, and he gets attacked directly, but none of your other monsters can attack. This is good against Yang Zings, Shadows. Just basically, if your opponent has a beater on the field, or if you do not want to attack in any of their monsters, you just hit for direct damage, which you almost guarantee direct 2000. Mech-Whipped Engineer saves your monsters. Once per turn, during either player's turn, you can detach 1 Exceeds material from this card, then target 1 face-up attack position monster you control. It has to be attacked. Change it to face-up defense position, and if you do, it cannot be destroyed by battle or by card effects for the rest of the turn. It's a great effect, just saves it, but you're not really going to use any of these other rank 3s. Number 20, Giga Brilliant. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Exceeds material from this card. All face-up monsters you currently control gain 200 attack. No, 300, sorry. It's just good when you're about to go in for a big swing. And Zen Mains, if you want to stall, I'll read the effects for anyone who doesn't know. If this face-up card on the field would be destroyed, you can detach 1 Exceeds material from this card instead. Once per turn during the end phase, if this effect was used this turn, target 1 card on the field and destroy it. It's good for stall. And, well, I still have some time, so I will explain the lock. What you do is, you can use Scare, or Squares Against Ceiling Light, and it flips all your opponent's monsters face down, as well as using Nakasum. And then, on your opponent's turn, on their standby phase, you flip up Night. So basically, all their monsters are face down. They can't summon anything, because luckily if you have Nekasum on the field, it'll just be flip face down, and they can't flip summon. So you can constantly go into Alucard and blow up their set cards, and add with Dork Lord. But you can also use Ghostrick Mansion to attack them directly, but you attack them for full damage when they can only attack you for half. And, well, this is my Ghostrick Control Stun in-depth deck profile of November 2014. This is very good. I'll upload some dual videos of it when I can, most likely this week. And, well, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Sorry. Thanks.